Hey there everybody, Johnny T here, and today is going to be a bit more of an educational video. I'm not really fixing this watch, I just want to talk about it. So this is an American Exchange watch. These are the watches, whenever you hear somebody say stay away from fashion watches, they really mean these kinds of watches. American Exchange, I think they're based in New York. They sell a lot of their products to places like Macy's, and there's nothing horologically significant about any of their watches. And these watches, brand new at Macy's, I think the MSRP on them is around $40, and they usually come with some wooden beads and stuff like that to wear. They usually have some additional accessories with them to make it seem like it's a more value purchase than it actually is. But these watches, yeah, I mean, even as somebody's first watch, I wouldn't buy one of these. I would get a Timex Expedition. If you're buying a watch for somebody and you're not sure if they're into watches, you want to get something different, decent, and it's not going to break the bank. Like there is Casio, Timex. I used to say Seiko, but they're a bit too expensive. Like stuff like that, you know, $50 or less. Get a good watch with a decent movement, and you know, a watch that's actually going to last more than 2 or 3 years. These watches don't. So we're going to talk about this watch. I'm just going to kind of go over the details and just explain why this isn't a great value. So first of all, this is a used watch. You can't sell these on eBay. Like, I don't even think I could get $5 for this watch, to be honest, on eBay. Nobody wants it. Nobody will buy it. These are really, really throwaway watches, or you put them in a lot, and you make the lot look like you're getting more for your money. That's what you do with watches like this. Or you salvage the movements out of them, if it has a decent movement. So this watch in particular, it's a three-hander, right? That's all it is. And look at how like loose the crown is. It's really just low quality. It feels tinny. It's very light. There's no substance. Like, look at this. There's no resistance whatsoever. And this just doesn't feel like it's well made. The finishing on these hands is terrible. And that's probably not real loom. It's probably just tape. Like, you can see sharp edges everywhere. It's unfinished. The indices, I mean, the number 2 here, I don't know if my camera could catch that, but it's 2 different colors because, like, the plating wasn't even well put on, the number 2 there. Also, there's a dent. Yeah, there's a dent in the face. You see that right there? It's right here. There's a dent in the face. Yeah. Also, the paint's coming off. You see that corner right there? The paint is coming off the chapter ring. There's also scratches on the face towards the hands. And then, yeah, these pushers, not real. This is a plated metal of some kind. I don't know what metal this is, but I guarantee you that's a plating. It's very light. Yeah, the finishing is horrible. Like, this was pressed in a factory and they called it a day after plating it. The model for this watch, I assume, is 07741. And it's an American Exchange. And it's using a quartz movement. Depending on that movement will determine if anything about this watch is worth keeping, really. The band is that pleather, that really cheap pleather. The stitching is, it's okay, I guess. But I know for a fact that this is going to fall apart after probably a week or two of use. And then the stitching over here comes right off the band. Look at that. They just couldn't go all the way in a straight line, so they just veered off to the side. And they decided that that's acceptable. Don't know why. It doesn't look like the other side. I will say this though. The stitching here, it actually... Oh, wow. Okay, so... Right. So this band is coming up when I put any pressure on it with my tweezers. Like, it's falling apart. So it's horrible material. It's already degrading. This watch is worthless. It's not. Nobody would pay any money for this, except for, I don't know. Like, who buys these watches? Is it people who just are shopping at Macy's and just want to get something nice for their son or something? I have no idea. Well, anyways, I was trying to see how good this... It doesn't matter because this material is falling apart. I was going to give them some kudos for actually sewing over this lip instead of just gluing it, because some bands are manufactured with just glue and they're terrible, but this is equally as bad. They actually used a piece of metal for this band holder on this side, which is really interesting. Probably because they fall apart. There's just some glue right here just hanging out. Yeah. This is thin metal. It's pressed and bent. Yeah, I could just look at that. It's just, it's so cheap. Like, I wouldn't... I don't even know what this material is. Like, is it toxic? Is it gonna, like, do you want your skin to be in contact with something like this? Probably not. So, yeah. These are the lowest of the low quality watch you can buy. Like, hands down, absolutely. I mean, I feel like fake watches are made better than this. It's kind of crazy. Fake watches of, well, I don't know, some of the Tag Heuer ones, the older ones are horrendous, but yeah, this is pretty bad. Also, look at that. I didn't even catch that the first time. I think that the finish is coming off over here. Okay, well, enough about that. Also, the case back doesn't seem like it's pressed down all the way either. Let's see what movement it uses. So let's pretend like I am going to replace the battery in this, which I might put a battery in it just to see if it'll run. Look at that movement spacer. That is huge. It's like... This movement could have been used in a woman's watch. Look at that. The finishing is terrible. Does this have a gasket? No gasket. So it has 0 water resistance. So you wash your hands with this wrong and moisture can get in here and destroy the movement. So what movement is this? Made in China. So they're not even using a Japanese movement. It's got some transparent plastic on it. That's interesting. Don't think I've ever seen that before. It's got some words on there. I'm gonna have to get my 10x loop, my triplet, and I'm gonna take a look at this really quick and see what it says. Model AD988. It's a Sunon, S-U-N-O-N, AD988. 0 joule Made in China. I wonder if I can... I highly doubt I'm going to be able to get this on camera. Yeah, it's all right there. Oh, there you go. Boom. Very nice. Chinese movement. Man, how much does a watch like this cost to manufacture? Less than $5? $2? $3? It's not worth the 40 bucks you're spending, that's for sure. So if you know anybody who's ever thinking about getting a watch, be sure and tell them never one of these. Never anything from American Exchange. I'm not aware of them producing any quality timepieces, so I just would not recommend them at all. Okay, let's see if we can get this battery out. Without taking the whole watch face with it. There you go. Okay, let's put a new battery in it. See if it'll run. This is a 377376. The battery in this watch is worth more than the watch. So it's got a lip on this side, so I guess I want to put it under that lip. And I guess I'm just going to press it down. Okay. I'm going to practice using tweezers. Put this battery in right now, I think. This might take a second. Sorry, everybody. I got to get used to this kind of stuff, though. Oh, I shouldn't be using those, huh? You gotta use plastic tweezers, John. Silly Billy. There we go. See if it runs. Look at how... Oh, boy. Alright. Let's just see if it runs. I don't care. And it runs. Check that out. It's crazy. I'm gonna have to look into this movement and see if it's worth salvaging off this watch. I mean, I might as well. How do I remove the crown, though? I'm guessing this lever here, just press down. Nope. Maybe I have to pull it out to position 1 first. Yep. Cool. Oh, look, all the indices just fell off. So, yeah. I guess those indices were applied, but they are garbage. So yeah, I don't care anymore. I'm gonna remove this battery. I keep hitting my camera. Let's see. There we go. Whoop, dropped it. I'll find it later. Remove the battery. I'm just gonna take these hands off. Actually, I'm gonna take this movement and hold on to it just in case, because it could be a clone of another movement. So, like, it could be a clone of a Japanese Miyota. And if it's if it's an exact clone of another battery, I can potentially use it in another battery and get another one running. But that's assuming I can find my battery or my hand removing levers, which I don't know where the heck I put those. I actually don't think I've seen those in a while. So maybe we don't do that. Yeah. I mean, if I'm going to salvage the movement, I want to do it right. So I guess we'll try that again later. Let me double check one more time. Make sure I'm not missing them. Oh yeah, they're right here. Ha! So these are really nice. These are time lab levers. I've seen other watchmakers on YouTube use these ones, actually. I think I got these on eBay, and I think I paid $40 for them. Very high quality, extremely nice. I quite like them. I would recommend them to anybody who's looking for something like that. Okay, so now I should be able to just pry the movement off. So I'm just gonna use my, well, I'm gonna put this dirty glove on so I at least don't get fingerprints on this movement, even though I don't really care about it and I have no idea if I'm gonna actually use it, but I think I will salvage it. Yeah, so it should just come off. Kind of like that. Cool. That's what the front of it looks like. Okay, I'll put that aside. And yeah, so it just uses these two posts to keep the movement on. Whenever you so I did a really bad job actually taking that movement off. You want to be a lot more careful than how I was a second ago, because these posts are really easy to snap. On even nice watches, you just got to be careful, because I've actually broken one of these before on a Victorinox watch, but yeah, like, it doesn't really take that much force to break these off, so just something to think about. Right on. What a trashy watch. Yeah, don't buy these. American Exchange, don't do it. And I think they even own properties. They own really popular intellectual properties. Like, I think they own Looney Tunes and other stuff. Believe it or not. But by the way that I removed this, in case somebody else needs to, is I pulled it out to position 1, and then I pushed down on this lever right here, and the movement, and the stem came out. So, well, that's all I got. I'm probably gonna just recycle all this stuff. I wonder, okay, let's try one more thing actually. Is this plastic or is it glass? Oh, oh wow, look at that. It actually had a little, well, I guess this is how it stays in place, isn't it? It's I don't actually know. I think that might be glass. I think it is glass. Huh. Yeah. Interesting. So they actually do use glass, even on, or mineral, I guess, even on these cheaper watches. I mean, it feels like glass. It's hefty like glass. It doesn't really flex at all like plastic. Interesting. Okay, well, I think that's it. Yeah, don't buy these. They're bad. American Exchange. They're worth... They're not worth anything. And they'll fall apart and fall off your wrist. Like, this band is the worst. Like, I'm surprised it's actually staying together as well as it is. But, I mean, maybe it would last a bit. It's only because of the sewing, though. Like, that's the only reason why this hasn't completely fallen apart. I guess this, like, pleather material is a little durable. Is it though? No, it isn't, because I was able to shred this pretty easily. Don't buy it. Alright. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, I didn't fix a watch. I destroyed one instead, so a little different. I've got a couple other ones I want to talk about as well. So yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if this was entertaining to you, if you learned something, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.